Scientists pulled a bone from a Philippine cave and immediately went silent. Not because it was fragile, because what it belonged to had never been documented before. A separate branch of humanity, hiding inside a cavern in Cagayan, given a title pulled directly from Luzon, and that was only the first discovery. 2 more exist inside Philippine soil right now, verified, signed off by the most respected researchers alive, each one pushing the timeline of Philippine history so far back that the version taught in every classroom becomes impossible to defend. 3 things buried under the Philippines, never meant to reach you. Here is the first. In 2007, archaeologists entered Callao Cave in Cagayan and retrieved a single-foot bone. That bone matched nothing on any scientific record. Not Homo sapiens, not Neanderthal. A branch completely apart from every species ever classified. By 2019, a full research team led by Florent Detroit of the National Museum of Natural History in Paris published their findings in Nature magazine. Official. The species was called Homo Luzonensis, after Luzon, after the Philippines. A different kind of being, carrying your island's identity in its title. This creature stood roughly 4 feet tall, its fingers curved like a primate built for gripping branches. But its teeth were unmistakably human. Its frame was undeniably human, small enough to hide, intelligent enough to cross open ocean and arrive at an island with no land bridge connecting it to anywhere. That crossing matters deeply. During that era, Luzon was encircled by sea on every side. To get here, this creature either constructed something to float on, or ocean currents carried it and it survived. Either answer means this was no accident. This was a being with intention. Now, here is the part that should make every Filipino proud and slightly unsettled at the same time. For generations, Filipinos passed down stories about strange small beings living inside mountains and caves. Provinces had names for them. Elders described details nobody took seriously. Scientists dismissed those accounts as folklore for decades. Then the bones emerged. Lola was right the entire time. She simply lacked a paper in nature. But Homo luzonensis was not alone on these islands, because in the same region, something far older left behind evidence of a hunt that breaks every accepted boundary of Philippine prehistory. 709,000 years ago, something killed a rhinoceros in the Philippines. Then it butchered the carcass with stone tools. Then it cracked every bone apart and extracted the marrow from inside. Precisely, methodically, like a species that had performed this ritual 100 times before. The Kalinga site, Cagayan Valley, documented in Nature, 2018. Rhinoceros fossils bearing clear cut marks alongside implements showing purposeful design. A sharp edge for slicing flesh, a heavy edge for splitting. Here is the problem with that date. Modern humans did not exist 709,000 years ago. Homo sapiens emerged roughly 300,000 years ago in Africa. Whatever was sitting in Cagayan Valley butchering that animal, it was not our kind. It was something more ancient, something that navigated across deep water to find an isolated island, something organized enough to bring down an enormous animal as a coordinated group, because no single creature takes down a rhinoceros alone. Researchers search for skeletal remains belonging to the hunters. Nothing. No teeth, no skull fragment, no finger bones, only the meal. A population that left their dinner table behind and vanished completely, which means the timeline of Philippine history does not begin where classrooms say it does. It begins at least 709,000 years earlier, in a valley, around a fire, with rhinoceros on the menu, and further south, buried inside limestone on Palawan, a third discovery lies. one that raises a question about Filipino origins that scientists have been carefully avoiding for 60 years. In 1962, researcher Robert Fox entered Tabon Cave in Palawan and lifted a human skull fragment from the ground, dated to 47,000 years old, remarkable by itself. But the origin of those remains was what silenced the room. The skull did not align with any verified migration route into the Philippines. The people who left traces at Tabon arrived through pathways that no longer exist, land bridges swallowed by rising seas at the close of the last ice age, a vast subcontinent called Sundaland, once connecting the Philippines, Indonesia, and Borneo into one continuous territory, consumed by the ocean thousands of years ago. The Tabon people may have walked here on ground that is now submerged. That cave holds over 200 chambers. Fox explored only a fraction of them. Vast sections remain untouched to this day. Whatever is held inside, implements, artifacts of a civilization older than any surviving record, has never been seen by anyone alive. The full account of those people is still in the dark. 3 caves, 3 discoveries, 1 archipelago, a separate species named after Luzon, hunters in Cagayan from 709,000 years back, leaving rhinoceros bones and no trace of themselves. A population in Palawan who walked here through routes that disappeared beneath rising water. Science confirmed all 3. Then the news cycle moved forward quietly. The Philippines is not a young narrative. It is among the oldest on Earth, and most of it remains underground,